Right, so this is the first phase to my level, where the player just basically gets to learn and gets to grips with the game and well, yeah, just teach them how to deal with things in the level. So, it's just quite short. It's not a lot happens because you don't want to, overburden the player before they've even started playing it yet. This is my little player right here. Obviously not a Forest man, more of a Michael Jackson, but whatever. So yeah, you start off here, and you go up the little hill, and you come to a box with a heart on it, and hopefully, you think to yourself, oh, there must be a way of getting into this. So the player will jump on it or throw their secondary attack at it, and it will break, and they'll get a nice little heart, and that will be lovely, and it will help them out for the rest of the level, because if they get damaged by the bear, or the guy over here, or the fire, which will do damage, then he has a little more resilience to it. Now, he can take two routes to this. You can either go down here and fight the bear, or up there, along here, and try and retrieve the arrows, which are quite rare, where you'll actually, you're trying to look for arrows all the time, because they're your only weapon, and you'll probably miss a lot. So that's always good. And you have to avoid the bat, unfortunately. So you have to wait here. You have to wait until it's not coming towards you or along that thing, and then time it correctly so that when it's coming round, you miss it and get it. So it's a challenge for the player. Quite a simple challenge. Don't want to, make it too hard. And then once that's over, you can either kill the bear, or stun the bear, or sneak past the bear, or avoid the bear. Right, next part, you come to a bucket of water, and you think, oh, well, what's this bucket of water for? Well, the mechanics are that if you run over a bucket of water, you pick it up, and then you can run through fire, and it'll put out the fire. So you take the bottle of water, that disappears, and you run it through the fire, and yep, and that's it. So then the path is clear, which means you can run through the path, and it's all good. So whenever you see a bucket of water, it usually means the player has to find a way of using that to get rid of fire. Then there's another challenge to get another arrow the same way as the beginning of the level. So yeah, okay. And then the player will encounter their first bandit enemy, and notice that it doesn't actually attack them when they're behind it. So they should realise that when someone is facing away from them, that they won't get attacked. So yeah, blah blah, blah, do whatever, you can sneak past him, you can kill him, and that's the end of the first phase, and you move on to the next part. Right, so you finish the tutorial stage, and then you come to this stage. Now, this is the main bit of the story. It's quite big, it's got a lot of challenges in it, so it requires, a bit more thought than the last level. So you come up here, and there was a box here, but I think it broke. And then you go up here, and there is a bucket of water. And you think, oh, there must be something I need to do here. So you take the bucket of water, and you need to time your attack on this guy, because you can only attack him from behind. So you wait for him to turn around, you attack him from behind, and then you go through the fire with the bucket of water, and that gets rid of the fire. There. So you go through there, and these guys are all taken out. This guy, you could probably not get away with not killing him, but to be honest, it's probably just easier to kill him. So, then you run along here, and you think, oh, there's a door there. I can't actually get through that door, so there must be a way up here. So you go up here, you see there's fire, and you go, oh, well, I can't get through the fire, so there must be some water around here somewhere. So you go downstairs, and you pick up the water, you pick up the arrow, so you get these two things, and then, yep, so you got the water, you run upstairs with the water and take out a fire, and at the same time having to take out another enemy. So that's another challenge right there. So you take out those two, and then you're running up here, run along here, up there, along here, and another enemy which you have to time correctly so he's not looking at you, and then you defeat him. And then you run along here, up here, and then get the key and another arrow. So you've got those two. You take the key, go around all the way down here, and then that unlocks the door. Now, you come to another challenge. You should have seen earlier that above where you started, there is a key and a love heart. And you think, oh, how do I get there? So, there's 2 buckets of water and a guy stuck in jail. And the key to the jail is up there. So what you need to do is get your water buckets, avoid him, and run all the way along here. 1 water bucket, get rid of the fire there, so you get rid of that. And then come down again, get another water bucket, run along here, avoid the bat, get the fire, so you can run along here, and then you can retrieve the key right here. So you take the key, hit the key, take the love heart, and then you go all the way down here, and you unlock his cage, and that frees him. So then you can go to the last stage and defeat the final boss. But yeah, this is quite a long stage because, you know, the player's learnt what to do now with his abilities, so he has to use them in order to complete the challenges. So you can now move on to the last stage. Okay, so here is the final stage, and this is where the player has to use the skills they've learned to avoid this boss's attacks and to put out the fires in order to attack the boss. So they have a ranged attack of the secondary attack which dazes the enemy, and the only way to get him, or he's swinging on a rope at the top of the hall, you know, dropping bombs down below. So he's on top, swinging around, and the player has to knock him off using his secondary attack. But of course there's fires in the way. So basically what the player has to do is jump up here, avoiding the bombs as he's swinging like that across, dropping all the bombs. So you take the water 1 by 1, get rid of the fire, throw your secondary attack in timing when he drops a bomb here, so that he falls on the bomb and hurts himself, because you can't damage him yourself. So, yep, you take out the fire, you fire at him, he falls on his own bomb. When you've done that, you run down here, and then he has a secondary attack where he runs along all the layers and tries to hit the player. And then after that, once you've avoided that, you just rinse and repeat. Take the water, get rid of the fire, hit him down, make sure he hits the bomb again, and then eventually you keep doing that until he is defeated.